Welcome everyone. Welcome to another day of PPBS, B Agile Scrum, and we were talking about DDDM, that was data-driven decision making framework. We will be continuing with that, but before that, let's quickly uh, get towards revising the guidelines. That's the code of honor that will continue to bring us the direction for us, keep us uh, towards the direction. And for that, I'm going to share my screen. Let me know once my screen is visible to you all. Yeah, I believe that everyone can see my screen now. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for your responses, guys. So very first one that asks you to um, show up live. And because Agile is full of ceremonies and you need to be show up live in a way that you be on time, remain punctual, and remain highly committed. In case you don't have this habit and you don't practice, continue to consider the training itself as a project, and appear as per following these traits. Why? Because eventually what will happen that you will become the practitioner of it, and it will be quite easy once you get placed and you need to reflect upon it. So you need to reflect back with this. So and this is also said that how you do anything is how you do everything, and you will become the habituated of this particular trait. And the second one, because you chose to learn, you automatically become the student, but we want you to be the full stack student who does all the assignment, be it self research, does all the assignment, be said or unsaid, do self research and repeat what they learn. And if you continue to do so, you complete what you start and you hit the success. And it's quite easy for you to take the full responsibility of that. But what we want, uh, in other way as well, when you don't take the full responsibility and you don't do what you are supposed to do, you hit the failure. You need to take the full responsibility of that element as well. So means for success and failure as well. Why? Because when you accept, embrace, and correct, you find that failure was not a failure, it became trail to the success. So please take the full responsibility of that. And to do so, it really require a concrete mindset. The very first one, inspired from the Kaizen, means continuous improvement. That is the part of a lean management system like Agile. This is the another software delivery model as well. And to do so, to inculcate or be towards continuous improvement, you must inculcate the learning mindset. More learning minded you will become, you will find yourself growing more positively. More positive minded you will become, you will find yourself growing more complaint free, in a way that you can handle any stringent timelined project, as well as perform with the lack of resources. And if you could do so, you will find yourself growing more in gratitude. That leads to the highest level of productivity. And the fifth one, while you embrace such mindset, remember to start your day with the highest level of productivity, receptivity. The very first one, that asks you to enroll into 30 days challenge. In case you are interested to enroll into 30 days challenge, what is 30 days challenge and all about? For that, you need to refer to the day one's recording. And in case you think that you need to be the part of it, you must need to DM me, and I'll share the link with you for this 30 days challenge. And you must follow this, and you witness yourself the changes in the outcome positively every single day. The performance or the activities that you do, it get impacted on to that. And the second one, because you are taking a deep dive towards the technical learning, always follow the golden quadrant of learning that comes with the fourth step, that is declaration with the anchor. What is declaration and what is anchor? Why we need to have that? All those details have been given in today once recording. You must remember to refer to that. And once you have done with the first step, that is declaration with the anchor, then go towards the second step, that is deep learning, then and there in the live session. And third and fourth, you need to do it by yourself. Draw after 24 hours on a piece of paper using pen, and that helps you to retain it for longer and summarize it back in a way that 5 years old can understand in a video form that could be up to 3 minutes and not less than 90 seconds. And you will be amazed to see, if you are from non-tech background, how you have improved from novice to expert. Trust me, it has been proven. And that's the reason every single time I ask you to do so. And I'm very much happy to say that few of you are doing as well. So kudos to you guys who are taking this small effort and showcasing that. So let's get started with the first and second. We'll do it here. The very first step, that is declaration with the anchor. So what we are going to do, anchor is quite important before declaration, and that is the self hi-fi. Just now you heard over the speaker. So what I'm going to do is that I will just count 1, 2, 3 and clap. You are going to do so as well. And then I'm going to read out what is selected over the screen, and then you are going to repeat after me. So can you all see the selected statement on the screen? Just unmute and say yes.
Yes.
If you
Yes.
can.
Yes.
Thank you. So let's do it together. So let's count 1, 2, 3 and clap. You two clap and then repeat. I'm a quick learner.
I'm a quick
Quick
learner.
learner.
What others can learn and master,
What others can learn and master,
I too can do that.
I too can do that.
One more time with me. 1, 2, 3 and clap and repeat. Because I'm an awesome learner,
Because
I'm
I'm
an
an
awesome learner.
today's learning is going to be
Today's learning is going to be
super duper easy to me.
super duper easy to me.
Yes, it is going to be, because you said so. In case a few of you could not do that because you found it a bit awkward to do so, remember to follow the sixth code of honor that says that on the path of learning, keeping ego away makes you more spiritually grounded on the path of growth. What does it mean? It means that spiritually grounded means your happiness level increases, and happiness is today's new productivity, and that's the demand of the corporate. And while you do so, you must remember that you are not here for the learning, you are here for continuous growth. You are here to get placed, and not just get placed, also to make more money out of it with your continued placement. And it is said that what you want more of, you must start giving away the portion of. And in case you are already making money or earning money, make sure that you are giving away 5% of 10% of your earning to the causes wherever you believe in. In case you are not earning, can you have at least an intention of doing so, giving back to the society or the causes wherever you believe in? Once you get placed, that is 5% or 10% of your earning. Why? Because when you give, you grow. When you receive, you may survive. You can give away to the causes like feeding hungry children, donating to orphanage or old age home, or when you can think of donating into churches, gurdwara, mosque or temple, wherever you believe in. And while you do so, you continue to appreciate what you do, what others do for you. And even it does not sound that it is really helping you back in improving or in a good way, continue to do so, because ultimately this is the universal law that says that what you appreciate appreciates you back. With this note, remember now that how we are going to meet every single Sunday for the technical session at 10 p.m. EST, Monday for the technical sessions at 10 p.m. EST, Tuesday, you must attend the RRP session, that is the reference ready resume preparation, that enhances your visibility, credibility, as well as marketability. Wednesday, you do the assignment from the learning of Sunday, and Thursday, you must repeat RRP session. Repetition is mandatory for this session, because the whole idea behind this is that it enhances visibility, credibility, and marketability. Till what time you must attend RRP session? Until you get placed. So sometime what happens, you get placed for a project of 3 months, you come back and you don't start attending RRP session. No, go back again and start attending RRP session. So this is for you in case you have never attended. This is for you if you're listening to the recording another time. And Friday, you do the assignment from the learning of the Monday, and Saturday you can choose to relax or have a breather day or do the research if you want to, or repeat whatever you have learned already, and prepare any question if you want to see the answer on the next technical session, that is on next Sunday. So this is how we are going to remain connected, everyone. Is it clear to everyone that how this is going to function for all of you? Say yes if you all agree with
Yes.
this. Yeah,
Yes.
thank you. Thank you, everyone. So, with this note, let's continue with the topic of where we had left off. And before I begin, I have a question to you all. How stakeholder management? Okay. So, I want someone to read this first paragraph for me, please.
Who is a stakeholder? A stakeholder has a vested interest in a company and can either affect or can be affected by a business operations and performance. Stakeholders are those who directly impacted by the project and those who may be indirectly affected. Example of the directly impacted stakeholders are the project team members or a customer who the project is being done for. Typical stakeholders are investors, sponsors, employees, customers, suppliers, communities, governments, and trade associations.
Yeah, thank you so much for reading this out. Just give me a moment, guys. Just so by now you know that who all are the stakeholders, okay? And we have been speaking about this topic. We have spoken about this topic earlier as well about the stakeholders. So, in a nutshell, you saw just now everyone who has got investors, sponsor, employees, customers, suppliers, communities, government, and trade association. These all are the stakeholders, okay, who have interest into the stakes of the work. Say, for example, if software company has they have come to you for software development, but this entire all those people who have decided to contribute in any way, they become the stakeholder. So now the thing is that how to manage them. So there is a complete system which is called as stakeholder management, where you need to identify them, and with them whatever the needs of the document is there, you are going to document that, analyze their interest and influence, mark it into those document, and what are their expectation, that also you are going to mark it into the document. Based on those expectation, you are going to take the action, or you are assigned the task, or you will expect some output from there, and then review it and then repeat, starting from sometimes some stakeholders work is done and you don't need them anymore. So with this note comes this eight principle. I want someone to read these eight principle for me. Go ahead, unmute, and please read for me.
The 8 principles of stakeholder management. These principles highlight action words that illustrate the spirit that should be used in engaging with stakeholders. Acknowledge, monitor, listen, communicate, adopt, recognize, work, avoid.
Yeah. So these are you can say principles when it comes to manage those stakeholders. So of course you will be the whole idea behind this is that what you see here in the center, the fourth element, that is the foundation of this entire stakeholder management. So you need to communicate, and all those eight elements are the part of communication with these eight using these eight principles with the stakeholders. And yeah, so communication can happen from any person. Those are part of the stakeholders to you, and you need to remember to acknowledge them, and then monitor back based on the commitment. Okay, listen back to uh, listen back to prevent some problem or potential problem. Okay, then communicate back, and sometimes you need to be adaptive and you adopt some request, and then you recognize and hand over the work, and some things that is causing the delay that you need to avoid. So this is how eight principle that you need to remember as a stakeholder management. But when it comes to principle comes the skill. So what skill you can have as for stakeholder management? I want someone to read this for me.
Communication, planning, stakeholder expectation management, leadership, negotiation, project management, needs assessment, problem solving.
Yeah, thank you so much for reading this out. So whole idea behind this skills development is that to solve any problem that can be occurred at any time and can be handled through the medium of communication. Based on that, you will realize that you need to have the well in advance plan to fulfill the expectation of every uh, uh, stakeholders, and then you will get the opportunity to showcase your leadership skill. You might have to sometime negotiate with them because they may come up with the demand that is out of expectation, and because you can take the charge of project management out of it, that you need to showcase, continue to analyze and assess and deliver the work. So now, when you are communicating and doing so, then comes some data has to be managed. Okay. Because you are communicating, right? So, with this communication, let's move to the next slide. So, any questions so far, guys?
No.
No question? Okay. So, let me hand over the next slide to Prerna if she's there. Prerna, can you take the next slide, please?
Yes, Gaurav, yes. Yeah, give
Yeah.
me a second. Yeah. So we have been learning about quite interesting parts, starting with stakeholders, how to manage them, how to understand their interest, and So let's move forward and get to know things in more detail. Okay. So now let us go to information management. Give me a second. Yes. Let's move on to information management. Yeah. Is the screen visible to all? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there are 5 images. Yeah. Can 5 different people read this out for me, please?
Leadership,
Okay. Next.
Operations,
Mm-hmm.
processes,
Okay.
Data.
And
Technology.
okay. Okay. So these are the, I would say, 5 important channels from where you get the information overall in any organization. And then the next thing is what do you do with that information? Okay, so you are supposed to manage it. Now you may ask, what is the big deal about it, and why we are having an entire dedicated section or chapter about it. So basically, data or information is like the key in organization. Okay, everything ultimately boils down to data and information. Okay, that means for any decisions, for any new, I would say, initiative, or any for from organization point of view, for any important activity to be carried out, the baseline or the supporting material is always information or data. Okay, let's learn more in detail, but as of now, just understand leadership. That means all the senior management, the CEOs, the CTOs, the senior leaders in an organization. From them, from their understanding, from their discussions, from their interactions with the industry and market, you get all the information. Like how we say, Dev sir being the founder and being the whole and soul of Guru Schools, how he goes to other, conferences, or he meets up with other organizations and HRs and leadership among from the overall industry, and then he comes back with all the knowledge and all the information, all the latest update about the job openings or how the market looks like. So that is what we're trying to understand here. So that is leadership. Operations and processes simply means in your organization, whatever operations, whatever departments, whatever sections you have, from their workings, whatever knowledge, whatever understanding you get, that is operations. And for processes, it simply means what are the processes laid down in your organization. It can be regarding how you manage data, how you manage customer, how you manage things, that way. And next, two things are data and technology. Data means what in, like, yesterday we gave that information, we understood that example of how we do how the surveys helps any organization to take decisions. So same way, that kind of data. And technology ultimately means technology from overall industry market, or even what technology you are implementing in your organization. So this is all are different channels or different, I would say, forms of data management, that in that you have to manage data. We will learn more in detail. As of now, this were just an introductory part wherein you'll understand from where information flows in market, in your organization. Okay. Yeah, Gaurav, we can go to next slide and then we can go in further explanation, please. Okay. Now let us understand what is information management cycle. Okay. Can everybody see the points mentioned on the screen? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Can you go ahead one by one and read out for me? And I would really recommend and request different people who have not spoken till now. So people who are on continuous mute, please wake up, unmute yourself and just try to interact in these sessions. So yeah, please one by one.
Plan.
Create, collect, receive.
Authorize, quality assure.
Determine access.
Organize file.
Document, describe.
Store and backup.
Synthesize, analyze.
Share, distribute. Dispose, active, or destroy.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay. So let's go one by one. How do we manage the information? And what is the cycle? Cycle means what are the stages, or what are the, I would say, what are the basically stages is the right word. Cycle means, it goes in circular motion. That means how it starts, and in what different levels or stages it goes to, and how it comes back to the initial stage. So starting with plan. See, so now we can actually take the same example of yesterday's, shampoo, I would say, organization. Everybody remembers that, or is there anyone who missed that yesterday? Yes, no, please. No, we had discussed in
I
detail an
did.
example of
Yeah,
that.
remember.
Yes, can you
Yes.
please
So,
repeat it?
so just let me give you a one-liner about that in case anybody doesn't remember or somebody missed. So basically, an organization who is into selling and manufacturing and selling of shampoos, and they want to capture more market, or they want to attract more customer and increase their revenue or profits. For them, how the information can be, managed. So let us take example of the survey only. So, as an organization, we plan for the activity and we, got the survey. It can be online survey, offline survey, malls and supermarket, and you carried out that entire activity, and you this that was your plan as a team, and you carried out that activity and you received the data. Okay, by the way, whenever we get all such information, we call it as data, because that is a raw information that is not yet processed. So it's just a raw data. So you got the information, then you create, collect, and receive. So basically, you plan, and then while gathering or getting that information, it comes in this phase or this level, that you're creating or collecting and receiving information. So create means if you're creating surveys and getting answers, that means you're creating. Collecting and receiving means if you're online surveys, you're getting all the answers from the users, or getting the handouts that sorry, people fill out for you. So all that is getting information. Next is authorize, quality assure. So you know what, it's not that you blindly accept all the information. It's like you check, you assess the information. Okay, because there are some maybe teenagers or kids or some funny people, they might be putting some invalid details, or something that is irrelevant. People do that for fun as well. So we got to discard all that information. We have to focus on the correct data. So that means, authorize and quality assure. So you're checking that, okay, what is the valid information for us, and that you are only considering that. Next is determine access. Okay. So see, earlier when the data was raw data was collected, it was fine. But when we start working on it, processing on it, we need to sure that who can access what. Now, imagine the real life is quite competitive. Practical world is really quite competitive. So you never know who might be, who might be in favor of some other competitors, or or you don't want your too junior or too naive people to get the data, because they would understand it also, and it's not even advisable to give the sensitive data for all. Okay, by the way, these are organizational policies. You will understand them once you be a part of one organization, that whenever there is some sensitive or organization wide information which is not supposed to go out, like, see, sometimes there are some announcements which are publicly done in newspapers or on TV and on internet. That is all fine. Those are public announcements. But there are some announcements which are only for the employees, or which are only for the organizations, for within organization discussions. Okay, there are things like that, town halls and things like that. So that means that information should not go out of your organization or your domain. So for all such this is a classic example of determining access. That means who should see what. So in our case, the data that we have received from a survey should be only, say for example, should be only accessed by project managers and above. You don't want to give access to very junior people, because first of all, they do not know what to do with it, and then why to give the access when not required. Okay, that is the important part. Then you organize and file. So basically, now you got the access, you know what data is for. So as a manager, as a product owner, as a senior person in your team, you have to organize it. Organize it means simply try to keep it or arrange it in such a manner that you will make sense out of it. Get my point? So organize it, maybe organize as per region, organize data as per age of the customers, organize as per their preferences, organize as per the geographical location, organize as per what, gender, any criteria that you feel like, or which is important for your understanding of the survey, you can do that. So next point is document and describe. So once you organize the data, you have to document that data that way. So earlier it was just plain information. Now you have categorize it as per gender, as per location, as per whatever, preferences, as per types. So then you document the data accordingly, and then you definitely, now this is my policy, I always have backups of the data, because data is very essential. So it can be any important thing, you should always back it up, store it at a secure location, or have backups, have them on cloud, and then synthesize and analyze. That means you have to understand. So you kind of segregated the data, categorize the data, have their backup, but now you have to make sense out of it. Like, okay, which data is usable for what? Like, for example, if I give the type of shampoo information, now that information I have to give to the research or manufacturing team. Now they have to understand, okay, the majority of customers are looking for dandruff free shampoo, or majority of the customers are looking for frizzy, non frizzy hair components. So now that can go to the research or marketing team, or even the manufacturing team, wherein they can work on that, or they can at least market the product on that basis, because that is the highest demand of the customers. And next, that is you're sharing this information to this respective teams, respective departments, and then ultimately, depending on your organization policy, you can either dispose, or you can keep it in a secure location, or keep it with authority, that no one uh, unwanted people cannot access it. Get it? So this is basically a cycle. That means any information that comes and goes will have to go through all these stages, all these processes, to make sense out of it, and to ensure that it helps the organization. Okay. Now these are like quite intensive and I would say in detailed step. Anybody had any doubt in any of them? Yes, no, easy to understand? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And the same.
Prerna,
Yeah.
plan
Yeah, go
is
ahead.
like in first place how to collect data, right? The
How to
marketing or
collect
the
data, or yeah, how to,
advertisement.
yes. So basically, plan is definitely collect data is a part of it, but plan is how we are planning to get the data. What should be our policy? It should be an advertisement, it should be a survey, it should be a handout, it should be what, or we should get some information from an agency who does the survey. So, whichever way we want to get or receive the data, that should be
Right.
our plan.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome. Anybody else? Yeah. I heard one more voice. Or was it the same question? Yes. Yeah. If no, then I understand these are quite, uh, in detailed processes, which which honestly speaking, we kind of do this on daily basis while buying something, while thinking about some investments or thinking about some other activities. But then we do not know that these many steps are involved in that process. So I will give you some time to sink in this in your system, and I will also recommend you to rewatch this video once it is uploaded on YouTube. So what happens while in the session, sometimes we're too engaged in what the speaker is saying, or what you, or maybe this is a night time, you might be a little exhausted. But when we rewatch or re-listen to the videos, our complete focus is on the data, and we are completely listening, and we get more out of it, more understanding, or you kind of get clicked about some points which were not, which were you not clear earlier. So try to understand from that. Yeah. So if no other doubts, we can go to next slide, please. Yeah, Gaurav. Okay. Now, information management book of knowledge, that is IMBOK, describes knowledge areas and information management processes in the below structure. Okay. So what is the structure? Can people read it out, please? There are 6 rectangular blue boxes. Yeah.
Information technology,
Mm-hmm.
Information system, business process,
Mm-hmm.
business information,
Business
Mm-hmm.
benefit.
business strategy,
Okay. And the arrows also, please.
Project,
Projects, business change.
business operations,
Performance
performance management.
management.
Absolutely. So, see, these are the, I would say, areas, knowledge areas from where you would get the information. Like, earlier also we studied the processes and, leadership. So, these are the areas again from where you get the information. So, starting with information technology and information system. So, what it says is that information technology and information system is uh, generally majorly the information comes from the projects. Like for example, if you are working in a project, then definitely you are implementing some technology, being an IT project, or you're implementing some change. It can be in the form of creating a website for a university, creating a website for or web applications for a hospital or from hotels, for reservations and stuff like that. So you're basically working on the information given. So that kind of gives you an exposure about technology and information system, which comes majorly from projects. So once that information is in, you work on the business change. Okay, business change means I just mentioned that. Okay, assume that there is a hotel, nice local hotel which is doing quite well for it, for itself, and they want to go global. Now right now their reservations are only on phone or in person. Now they want to have a website wherein customers can directly access and book their rooms or book the hotel for particular days, like we do for normal big hotels. So that is the business change. You see what's the change? And earlier they were only local and in-person booking or maybe telephonic booking. Now they want to have a global outreach. They want to reach out to people globally, that if they put in their website, anybody and everybody on the earth can, look at the images or their hotel rooms, their surroundings, the facilities, the maybe swimming pool, whatever, the lawn area, the gardens, whatnot they have. Just try to visualize. So that is the business change that they are looking at. Now, for that, what is the business operations? That means they have to first of all get to an organization, assuming it is our organization they come to for the web applications, and they share their details that okay, we have these many suites, we have these many rooms, we have these many facilities, we charge this much. So all the business details that they have, they share with you to ensure that you prepare or you create a proper website or web application where a customer can view, can see, can uh, ensure that all the facilities that they want are there. And next, but no, last but not the least, is performance management. That means, and that comes under business strategy. That means, per se, if there are 100 or 200 people simultaneously logging in and accessing the website, still your website or web application should be up and running. There should not be like, today imagine how many people at the same time access YouTube or access, Facebook. Still, the load time, the retrieval, the fetching is absolutely fast. There are no delays when it comes to YouTube or especially Facebook or even WhatsApp for that matter. even though the customer, accessing them, or clients accessing them across the globe is very high. So that is what has to do with the performance. So in this process, we understand what is the business, how the business work, and we also understand what is the business benefit. Benefit means now that hotel was only working on a local level, then now it will work on a global level. Then definitely their reach will increase, their customer base should increase, their visibility will definitely increase. So all these are in a way benefits, and then that benefits they can ultimately build into strategy. Like, they can have online advertisement of their, like when we use applications like Duolingo or even Facebook for that matter, or any particular games, we keep having some advertisement in between, right? Anybody, especially
Yes.
if you're in
Yes.
unpaid, unsubscribed version. Like, I've been using Duolingo without any subscription, or free version. Then we keep getting, some donation drives, exam advertisement, or some just, any website, or maybe Amazon or Nika here in India. So that kind of thing. So that is advertisement. So you can do that. That can be a business strategy, or you can have competitive rates for some work. You can create websites or applications in a very cheaper price, or with extra features that other competitors do not share. So all these things comes under business strategy. Okay, so this way, the basic information that you have, you can actually play with it, you can make sense out of it, and you can actually use make it use means make it available for you to make benefits out of it, to make profits out. Does all this make sense? Any doubt in this? Yes, no?
No.
Yeah, should we consider silence as yes? Yeah.
Can you please explain information technology and information system a little more in detail?
Okay. Okay, so information technology generally has to be dealing with all the technical side of it. When I say technology, that generally means the softwares, the versions, the subscriptions, all the tech side of it, majorly from development point of view. But when it comes to information system, that can be a part of any other, team. Like, for example, your marketing team can also have an information system. Your manufacturing or your research team can also have information system. So all these things are, they are kind of, they do come from other departments also. But information technology, when I say, that is primary with relation to the technical side of any organization. See, it's like, any organization has variety of departments, from HR, from sales and marketing, advertising, any, multiple. But when it comes to yeah, yeah. So let us go ahead in detail. Yeah. Okay. So this would, I think, answer your question more in detail. So again, different people reading out this to understand in detail, please go ahead.
Information technology, IT, hardware, and software.
Information system, IT built into a system that meet business needs and policies.
Business information created by analyzing and contextualizing data using tools such as the information system.
Business process have to evaluate and use the business information to make decisions.
Business benefit, the desired advantage the business information will provide.
Okay, and the last point.
Business strategy, the master plan that gives a company a direction, ideally decisions made through the business processes, which are based on business information, will guide the strategy and lead to the realization of the business benefits.
Absolutely right. So, see, just to support our earlier explanation, technology has to do everything with the hardware and software that we've already learned. We were discussing earlier. System means IT built into a system that needs business and policies. It simply means it's whatever functionality or whatever technology you have, there has to be more business and policies with respect to different department, not only to IT. So if you have a software in a marketing department that serves a different purpose, that gives a different information, that has different policies. If there is a software working in that is used in per se HR, that those will have different policies, those will have different authoritative things, or access privileges. Like your HR can look at everybody's payroll. It's not you and me can look at each other's payroll, right? So same way, these are the way how information systems is implemented. I hope this answers your question that you've asked earlier. Business information, that means the information that we have been created and analyzed by having some tools means basically generally Excel is one of the widely used tool, but in some organization might have some MIs, that is some data manipulation or analyzing tools. It's internal to them, they can use that. Next point is give me a second. And next is business processes, that how to evaluate and use the business information. See, basically, if we have to think from organization point of view, right? Data is everywhere. Everywhere there is information. But then the main point is, or bottom line is, how we make sense out of it. Right? So in this scenario, business processes comes in picture. Like, whatever data or respective or related data we receive, we make sense out of it, and we try to work in our business organization, or on process level with that. Like I was saying, some data can be used by the advertising team, some data is useful for the technology team or for the development team, like what is the latest trend in the market, what are the competitors working on currently. So all these things are in a way important depending on the relevance. Okay, relevance. Like for example, for us right now, BA and Scrum is important, right? We are learning that. We also have tracks for Java, maybe .NET or Power BI, right? But right now, those systems, that information is not that relevant to you because you have chosen this track. Or maybe your background, your understanding, your earlier experience, your maybe educational qualification is more relevant to this track. You get the difference? Yes, no? When we speak about business processes, how
Yes.
the different processes, yeah, because see, the relevance is very important. Yeah, thank you for the response. And business benefit means how you are trying to get the desired advantage, or how you are trying to get the desired output from the overall information that you have. Like, we were saying the same information can be used by the HR, and they can make better policies, or some information can be used by marketing team and they can come up with a better marketing approach, or sales team can come up with a better sales pitch, and they can acquire better or more customers and things like that. And last but not the least, business strategy. So this means that it generally gives you a direction and understanding of how to make decisions, and that is based on business processes, and that is based on business information, and ultimately all these information strategy should help you in getting the best of benefits, getting the best of profits, and ultimately should serve you as a best way for your organization to reach its goal. And generally, organizational goals are profit oriented because it's a commercial entity. They are there to make profits. They are not a charitable institute for only welfare. So all this information management that we have learned or try to understand, we are trying to understand from some time, should result in organizational benefits. Okay, so to be very honest, for your basic understanding, always remember this: whatever happens in an organization, the ultimate goal will always be profit making, right? Make sense? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I really get to hear very less yeses. Yes. So absolutely, thank you for your response. So yes, organizational profit being the ultimate goal, all the actions, all the uh, I would say decisions, all the processes lean on that ground or that side only. Okay. So yes, yeah, Gaurav, we can go to next slide if we don't have any doubts in this. Yes. Okay. So now this itself is a very big topic, but let us at least give you some understanding of it. So this is business analysis model. So basically how you can analyze business information, or how you can analyze your business understanding better using these models. So yeah, can six different people who have not spoken till now read it out for me, please? Yeah.
Activity diagram.
Mind maps.
Mm-hmm.
Product
Mm-hmm.
roadmaps.
SWOT
SWOT
analysis.
SWOT
analysis.
analysis.
Fishbone diagrams.
Process flow diagram.
Okay, thank you. So all these diagrams are important from analysis point of view, from understanding business and data point of view, and to ensure that we come to a conclusion in case we are looking for a conclusion. Like, fishbone diagram is one of the diagram which gives you, uh, root cause analysis, like, in case you have any issue, how that can work. Activity diagram basically gives you a better understanding of how the system flows, like how the system goes. Mind maps is an extensive and very useful technique wherein we try to understand and try to expand our understanding about any particular issue or any particular business idea. So these are different levels and different ways to analyze data or analyze business understanding that we can learn. So I just want to check with Gaurav, this is a whole different chapter or a section. So should we start it from the next slide, or should we go ahead now? We are almost towards the
Yeah,
end.
we can move to the next slide. So that's not a big one.
Yeah. So thank you so much. Over to you. Yeah. Okay, we also have this. Okay, so yeah. So continuing that, we also have further these models that is visual modeling, workflow diagram, entity relationship diagrams, work breakdown structure, conversion to design, and documents, templates, and understanding. So, guys, we will be extensively deep diving into business analysis models, and trust me, it is very, very interesting. It is not just theoretical and understanding, it is very practical and implementation point of view, very useful. So I'm pretty sure you will really have a lot of fun as well along with the learning in these models. And these are quite, I would say, easy to understand also, because they do have a very practical approach, and you'll really have a lot of fun knowing these concepts once we learn that. Yeah, Gaurav, over to you. Okay, so should we be starting with, or should we keep it for the next
No,
session,
we
because
can
it will
we can continue this. This is not the bigger one. If you want, I can expand the slide further.
Yeah, okay, fine. So let's start with the activity diagram. Is it visible to all of you in your screen? Guru, can you actually maximize? I'm not able to actually properly see.
Is it
Yeah,
fine now?
yes, yes. So now this is the simplest and easiest example of ATM machine. Yeah. So is there anyone here who has not used ATM machine in their lifetime? Please say no. I mean, that would be really unrealistic. Yeah. Everybody uses ATM machine.
Yes.
Yes. It's
Yes.
a
Yes.
day in, day out process for us. Yeah. So
Yeah.
now that simple activity of using ATM machine and how the different functionality or internal processes happen in that small activity, that is depicted in this diagram. Okay. So this is an activity diagram for ATM. So, and by the way, these symbols mentioned here are universal. So, these are the symbols that we will always use in any diagram. Like, for example, a filled dot or filled circle depicts start, whereas a filled circle along with a additional circular line shows end. Okay. You can see one at the top, you can see one at the end, one at the bottom. So here you see the customer walks into ATM and inserts an ATM card. Okay. What is the next step? Please follow the arrow.
Validate ATM card.
Yes. So, once you put in the ATM card, they ask for, some, in India, as of now, they ask for an additional number just to type in to ensure that, I mean, I don't know, you're not a robo, or you just to have extra validity. So here in case, they will ask you for your PIN, right? So what happens if your PIN is invalid? Look
It
at
could ask
the,
to
Eject
eject the
card.
card. It will eject.
eject the card. And next step is take the card and your process ends there. Can you see that two circles? That shows the ending.
Yes.
So
Yes.
basically, and also, can you see the diamond shape, with in between valid and invalid mentioned?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So whenever there is this diamond shape, that means there is a decision needs to be made. Decision needs to be made means there are choices, like,
Something like either or.
either it is valid or either it is invalid. Either you're doing it or you're not doing it. So no. So that is why there is a diamond. Okay. So if it is invalid, then you are straightway thrown out of the system and your card is ejected and you move out. What happens when it is valid?
You'll
Enter.
enter the PIN.
Sorry.
Enter
Enter
the
the
PIN.
Yeah. So basically, if it is valid, then we go to enter pin. Okay, by the way, first section was validating your card. It was not even validating pin. So basically all the card numbers, or it is a proper card, the chip is fine, all that is checked. If that is fine, then you go to enter pin. Okay. So again in enter pin, you see, give me a second, my screen is, yeah. So when you enter a pin, that goes to authorized pin. And again in authorized pin, can you see there is a diamond below that shows valid pin and invalid pin?
Yes.
Yeah. Also, again, just like the above process, if that's an invalid pin, then you would be again moved to, you will be directly, see that arrow from invalid pin goes totally below before eject card, and then your process ends. Can everybody see this?
Yes.
From eject pin, from invalid pin, sorry, it directly goes towards eject pin, and then you are kind of signed out, or you are thrown out of the system, or you have to end the process. But in case if it's a valid pin, follow the arrows, guys. Okay, it's quite easy. I know you might get puzzled for the first time, but just follow the arrows. So in case it's a valid pin, you can go to enter amount. Okay, in enter amount, there are again two scenarios. The system would also check for balance. If the balance is greater than, or is if you have sufficient balance, then you can remove or take out the money. But if you don't have sufficient balance, again you will be kind of moved towards the end, and you'll be shown balance, and then again you have to eject the card. When they say, for example, if you're removing money more than what you have in your account, then you get that message, insufficient balance, and balance is shown on your screen, and you have to take out your card. It happens, right? Sometimes when you're not aware about the balance. So in that scenario, again, you're not able to take out the money. But if the balance is sufficient and you are able to take out, then you take money from the machine and your account is debited. Yeah, debited amount. Can you see on the right side, debit amount is mentioned, and on the left side, you take out the money, you take the amount from the machine. So it is happening parallelly. And when both the process happens, again you come towards the end, and your balance is shown, and you can take out your card and you can go home with your card, with the money also. So, did you even realize that there was, and by the way, this is also little on a higher level, only from functionality point of view. If we have to learn from technical point of view, there will be so many filters, so many checkpoints, so many security options. I mean, we can actually go a little crazy. So this is a very, I would say, higher version of the activity diagram about what happens when you go to use an ATM and get money. Just a quick question, has anybody ever thought about all this process happening in the background prior to this? Anytime? Did you guys know all these things happen in the background before looking at this diagram? Yes, no, I never thought about it. Yes, no, what?
I never thought about it.
Not in detail.
Not in this detail,
No.
right?
Yeah.
So imagine when we access our bank accounts and when we do transactions and transfer, how many activities might be happening in the background? Yes?
Yeah, it's a lot, maybe.
Yeah, interesting. I know, see, you don't have to go in deep for every activity, but just to understand how this works, right? Just to get an idea about how it works, it's really important. Yeah, makes sense?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Gaurav.
The diagram, we just looked at it. Thank you, guys. And let's move further towards the next one. So next one is mind map. So have you ever seen mind map earlier? Anyone?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind. Thank you, Jolly. So
Is it
kind
kind
of
of vision board?
no, not exactly.
It's
Yeah,
a
but
pictorial
vision
representation.
board, vision board can be created in mind map. That's one. And you said that pictorial representation of.
Of the things to tag, to memorize something.
Yeah, definitely. So we can say we can tell that what exactly mind map is, but I want to ask, is expanded look is something like that. This is where in the center there will be main idea, and there are the multiple ways to create mind map. My simple question is that have you seen any mind map generally?
No.
No. I don't
Yes.
agree with you.
Yes.
Maipal says yes. How come you have seen that?
Well, in somewhere in the representation, I cannot actually remember where, but I have seen like ample amount of time, like at least 3-4 times,
Mhm.
where different there is a main idea, and there are various
Okay,
theory or
got it.
understanding.
Got it, Maipal. But I am expecting some different answer, and I am
Okay.
amazed to know that you are saying no or you have seen somewhere else and you don't remember. I won't agree with you. Yes, someone else who can tell me that if you have seen the mind map.
Code of honor.
Exactly, Pooja. So here you go with the round of applause. So we start our day, our session with code of honor itself. Okay. And that is nothing but the mind map. Is it clear to everyone? What is that representation is? We start every single time with mind map. All right. Got it, everyone? Where do you see mind map generally?
Yeah.
Yes.
Code of
Yeah.
honor.
Yes, so that is the mind map. So as you know, what is mind map? Mind map is required to do a lot of work. Like even if you want to participate into multiple team, do the brainstorming, and expand the idea, go more creative. This is the one of the pictorial representation where the central idea is in between, and from there will get to see the multiple branches expands, and from those nodes multiple sub nodes or sub branches expands, and you can continue to do so. Say for example, this was the actual representation. You see the in the center there is one point, and it has multiple nodes, and it has sub nodes, and it has again it continue to gets expanded. So just to let you know that how it can be crafted further, I'm resharing my screen and will let you know what can be the its or what can be its different ways. So say for example, I can go ahead and choose the different format over here. Okay, the same code of honor, and in this I can choose the different way. Like this is one of the way. Do you see that how it change its entire shape? Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Wait a second. This is one of the method. This is one of the, there are different ways to create this mind map. Okay. So different shape it is creating. So exactly initially the mind maps used to look like that. Okay. Now then later what they did. So it was first created by Tony Buzan. So he was the pioneer of this mind map. So yeah. So this is how it generally looks like. All right, everyone. You got it? How I am
Yeah.
talking about central idea is always in between, and then we'll continue. Okay. So after mind map, there is something to which we call it as a product roadmap. So I want a few different people, like 3 different people, to read the first 3 bullet points for me, please. Go ahead.
We can't see the slide, girl.
You can't see the slide. Can you see now?
Yeah, we can see now.
Yeah.
A product roadmap is a high level plan that describes how the product is likely to grow.
Next one, next person.
Outlines the vision, priorities, and progress of the product over time.
Third line, third person.
Provides a
Go ahead,
purpose
sir.
and communicates how you see the product develop over the coming months, facilitates stakeholder collaboration and helps the individuals understand how they can contribute to make the product a success.
Yeah. And I want two more people to read another bullet
A
point, please.
product roadmap gives a broad overview of all aspects of an upcoming product, goals, timeline, features, resources, etc.
Yeah. And the final one?
Product roadmap helps to get answers for below question. What are we doing next? What's the actual plan? Why are we doing this now?
Yeah, thank you so much for reading this out. So why product roadmap is required? The first idea is that when you have the large goal to achieve, the bigger vision to achieve, you remember that you will break it down into multiple deliverables, to which we call it as either multiple features, so there or multiple milestones, and that will be on one timeline. It will have the start point, it will have the end point. Okay, and the entire purpose is that what a participant or stakeholders can expect as a upcoming deliverable or in upcoming month. So it is a long plan. Say for example, it can be 1 year plan. Say for example, one company is approaching you for something to do. So now, giving back to one example, you have given your vehicle in front of shopping center, and you happen to do many activities for the entire day, and you dropped your vehicle into the car wash and say that I don't just want the car wash, I want the entire servicing done. They say that, okay, so you can expect the delivery towards the 5 p.m. in the evening. This is 8 a.m. in the morning. So we will give you the periodic update, like at 10 a.m. you expect our call and video call, then at 2 p.m., then 3 p.m., and then 4:30 p.m. and 5 p.m. you turn back and take it. So these are the 5 milestones they decided, and they told them that this is how we will be giving you the updates back. Now coming back to the another point, when it comes to software delivery, you can define the what inclusion you are bringing, or are you customizing any existing software, or you are developing anything from the scratch. Depending upon that, you define that who will be work how longer, and once the first timeline is over, then next timeline what we will work upon. Say for example, this is a year-long plan. Either you can break it down into the monthly plan, weekly plan, half yearly plan, or quarterly plan. With me so far, everyone? Yes?
Yes.
No? So let's see one example over here.
Yes.
In product roadmap. Thank you. So here you see there is a roadmap defined in one chart, and it has been defined into multiple quarters. So you see the plan is of 4 quarter, and this has been designed into one application, to which we call it as a lucidchart.com. What we call it as?
Lucid chart.
Lucid chart. So that if you want, you too can use that. Okay. And in this 4 quarter long period, there are multiple teams involved. Team 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But these teams will get activated for different works at a different time. Say for example, team 1 will start doing the activity of sales for integration. This is the example given. So one software requires the tool Salesforce to be included into their existing application. So there, this integration work will go for 6 months. So they decide that team 1 will be working from quarter 1 to quarter 2, and at the same time, what will be happening with the other teams? So other teams, team 3 and team 4 will be working on to other different activity. They will be working on quick live app. Team 3 will be working on Google Hangouts, chat integration. Team 4 will work in the draw.io import, and team 2 will be working only in quarter 2 for organization chart automation, and team 4 can in quarter 2 continue to start working toward the key management system. Okay, so quarter 1 to 2, the entire work is assigned from team 1 to team 5. Team 5 will be offline, and they will be working on mobile, but that will be in offline mode. They will not be considered as active. The moment we transit into the quarter 3 and quarter 4, so there uh, team 1 will continue to think towards the sales industry solution. Team 2 will be thinking towards the data linking automation. Team 3 will be active towards advanced admin controls, and in team 4 will be continue to work towards key management system, and team 5 will begin with the tablet annotation and drawing work. And in quarter 4, the team 1 will continue with their existing task, team 2 will continue with their existing task. Now team 3 will quit to enterprise, and team 4 will continue to start with Lucid Chart Developer APIs, and Team 5 will continue with their existing tasks. So here you see the entire plan has been laid out for one smaller application. Okay, so this is how roadmap is generally created. Okay, so like roadmap sometime is one term to which we call it as a Gantt chart. What we call it as?
Gantt chart.
Yeah. So Gantt chart is used by more or less in project management. Okay. So you can utilize this whenever you want to show the complete multiple milestones and the progress of the project. So that generally project manager uses that. But yeah, this is just for your information. So that comes with the product roadmap. Then next, you can see in what we are learning over here. When we started with the activity diagram last time, we started with BA models. What we started with, everyone?
BA models.
Yeah. So these models, what you are learning, these are the part of the business analysis models itself. So in that only for business analyst, there is another useful term to which we call is as the SWOT analysis. What we call it as?
SWOT analysis.
Yeah. So anything in this world that can be analyzed on these four terms. SWOT analysis is where you will be talking about the strength of that particular item or particular decision or particular inclusion into the software or activities. So whatever I said as a topic, you analyze its strength, then you write its weakness at one hand, then you write its opportunities and the threats. So in a nutshell, it says that strength is what do you do well, say for example, where do you need to improve, that is weakness. If you are doing the self analysis, what are your goals, opportunities, and what obstacles do you face as a threat. Okay, so this can be further expanded to enhance any processes, any activities, or to achieve any milestone, or to include any include any decision, or do it any decision, and to improve the performance. Okay, so these are the SWOT analysis. Any question in the SWOT analysis? We don't need to read everything in detail, these points. Okay, this is just a quick summary.
It's all good.
Okay, good. So here you can see in a simple graph, it has been told you that here is strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. You continue to write, and you will be amazed to see that, strength, weaknesses, when you identify, you also identify opportunities and threats, and you can take the better decision. This is how the organizations can do about it. Okay, then comes to the fishbone diagram. So when we are talking about fishbone diagrams, so that this helps in root cause analysis. Okay, it helps in what, everyone?
Root cause analysis.
Root cause analysis.
Exactly. So there are multiple models for the root cause analysis. Fishbone diagram is one of them, where you know the problem and you work backward towards identify the solution. Or let's see one, as the name suggests, this is the fishbone diagram. So you know the problem, and when you draw it backwards, you identify its cause somewhere. Okay. So last time, I don't remember whether it was you or not, we had been talking about multiple environment. Have we spoken about multiple environment? The
No.
live environment is called as, for example, Amazon.com is the live environment. It is also called as production environment. Before that, it will be pre-production. Likewise, have we spoken about it? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Okay,
Yes,
not
we
a
talked
problem.
about that in when we talked about the agile.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
remember.
during that time only. So why I was asking you to do that, but before I continue, let me quickly have a scan to see anyone for the first time. I don't see any first timer face over here. So I believe that you would remember it now. So there are multiple environment, like a developer starts working in their local machine to develop any software, that will be called as local environment. When multiple software developers develop small modules and made it accessible for all the developers at one place, that is called as development environments. When all the modules get integrated together and put back into the to the testers for their testing, it will be called as testing environment. When testers are continue to test the modules one by one, and once it get integrated as a whole system, it will be called as a system integration testing environment. When system integration testing is given for customer as well as to in-house tester, and they agree and they find it good in quality and they certify it for its further progression or graduation, then it gets delivered to user, where business users work directly on that for the acceptance of the software, that is called as user acceptance testing environment. And when user accepted that, then it goes to the live environment. But just before the live environment, when it is rolled out for the end user, what generally developers do, or the developing uh, company does, who has developed this software, they will create its replica, that so that in case any problem occurs in the live environment, they can try to replicate that in the replica environment, which is also called as pre-production environment or pre-prod environment, before it goes into this UAT. And yeah, so pre-prod is there, which is also called as mirror environment. So this is something additional. Why I'm telling you in details? Because we are going to understand fishbone diagram. So in fishbone diagram, there is a diagram just like a fish. Can you see the shape of this diagram itself look like a fish? Can you all see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in a straight line, a problem is defined, and the cause is tried to figure it out. Now, cause could be anything, but we are just trying to figure it out. Say, for example, one thing failed in the production environment. Okay. So, what could be the reason? The failure can be because the environment was not stable. No, it was passed by everyone. So, environment was okay. So, we will be figuring out one by one. Was the problem into process, that some defect was there, identify, but it could not be communicated well. The communication did not come towards the surface. It get lost somewhere in the chaos, or was the failure of the equipment? Did that particular error occurred in particular system with particular user? Was it the equipment failure? Was it the people failure? someone was involved when he was hired, and then this person did some activity, and then he left the work and he did not turn up, or he absconded the company, but he did certain activity, or he did not do certain activity which was supposed to do, and that impacted in longer term into the live environment. Was that problem, or it was related to material problem? Material problem means a particular in particular scenario, particular button is conditional appearance. It was a conditional appearance. When we say conditional appearance, it means that some buttons are dependent upon some clicks in the software, and based on that they generally appear. Have you seen such software where initially there is no button and you did one activity, then another button appears? Have you seen that? Yes, no?
Can you say again, Gaurav?
I am saying that in any software generally happens, you don't see few buttons, but you did certain activity and then that button appears. Have you seen
And
that?
ATM.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yes,
ATM.
yes.
Sometimes. Even if you go to ATM, you see that there is no confirm button. The moment you enter the amount, there is no confirm button until you type it. So the moment you type the amount, sometime it asks you to confirm. That's number one example. Number two, when you are going to change the pin of your ATM card, first time you enter your pin, after entering only it gives you another option to type again your pin that you are planning to change as a confirm once again, something like that. Have you seen that
Yes.
ever? Yes, all of you, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So these you can consider as a part of material as well. Okay. And then comes to management. Something has been missed by management, or some flaw is there into the environment. So what exactly happened? Whatever the problem occurs, you continue to check everything towards the backward where the flaw is getting replicated. And when you choose to travel back and you find one point time that you have reached to the solution, so you have reached to the cause of it. And it is said that when problem well defined is problem half done. Okay, so once you find that what is the root cause of the problem, the solution is quite easy. Say for example, you would have found the problem in the equipment itself, that a particular type of machine, in that a particular button does not look well, okay, or it does not appear at all, because of it could be the problem with the resolution. Say for example, when I was giving you the example of mind map, I was turning its format. Okay, I was presenting all different format. In between, if someone would have noticed, the COH button was disappeared. Had you noticed that? Anyone?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So the problem was behind that COH was not readable because of some resolution. Okay. Or because of the font type, or because of the background inside that particular central node. The reason could be anything, but this was minor. So it was not discussed in detail. Likewise, the resolution could be the reason for multiple things, and you identify that is maybe the problem with the particular hardware. Okay, it could be the hardware issue. So likewise, you continue to identify the solution. So this is one of the one of the example of the fishbone diagram. Okay, with me so far, everyone? Any question in this?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So generally, fishbone diagram is only for the root cause analysis. Otherwise, we go ahead. We have 5 why methods. Are you aware of 5 why methods? Yes, no? Okay. 5 why methods. The moment you identify any problem, you ask why and you get the answer. Then ask why again on that answer. And again ask why on that answer. And you repeat it for the 5 times. And whatever the last answer is, generally should be the cause. Okay, generally should be the solution as well, and actually root cause. And sometimes it doesn't happen with only 5 whys. Sometimes people dig deeper and go towards the 7 why. Sometimes it goes up to 11 or 13 whys as well. So these are the methods to identify the root cause. Okay, even on use case. So with this note, it's time for the quick attendance. We need to go back to WhatsApp group description, WhatsApp group, and just drop one liner. What do you feel like saying? How did you feel about today's session? Were you able to connect, relate, and understand? Was it well went in your head or not? So would love to hear from you. That's one line, and we'll take your attendance one by one. Okay, and we'll review them, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow at the same time. Please join on time, guys, and we'll begin accordingly. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care and good night.
Thank you.
Good
Bye.
night, guys.
you.
Good night.
Good
Take care.
night.
Bye bye. Good night.